Hello, my friends. I hope you had a nice, relaxing weekend. Today is Monday, and we're going to continue talking and learning about the sun and the moon and the stars. We moved ahead to the next unit because we wanted to give you some more ideas about the sun and the moon and the stars, and we wanted to share some new books with you about them so that you can begin to write about them. So this week, we are going to be listening to a new book, and actually, you're going to be listening to this book today, and it's called What the Sun Sees. And what's cool is you flip it over, and some of you might remember this book from kindergarten. On the back part, it says What the Moon Sees. So after you listen to this lesson video, you're going to go listen to me read aloud this book, and then you're going to answer or you're going to do a sheet that's posted on the Google Classroom where you're going to draw pictures and write about what your family does during the day and what you do during the day, and then what do you do during the night and what do you do with your family. So let's get started. So our learning targets for the lesson are I can ask and answer questions, and you can get your bow and arrow ready if you need to, about day and night based on the text, which is another word for words, of the book, What the Sun Sees and What the Moon Sees. I can describe what animals and people do during the day and night based on my observations of the pictures and the videos. Today, we're just going to be looking at the pictures in the book, and then tomorrow, we're going to be watching some videos about what happens in the day and then what happens in the night. So during our small group today, friends, and remember, if you're not sure what time, you can just click on one of my slides and you can see it. And it's also the number 2 slide in the daily lessons of all the videos. So this is what we're going to be talking about. So make sure that you listen to the read aloud of the book before you come to my group so you can answer these questions. What do you think the author means when she writes what the sun sees and what the moon sees? When the author, and remember the author, and her name is Nancy Tafuri, that's the person who wrote the words in the book. When the author uses what the sun sees or what the moon sees in the title of the text, does she mean the moon has eyes and can actually see things? And then think, why do you think the author describes the sun and the moon in this way? Those are some of the questions we're going to talk about today in our groups. Now make sure you go and after you listen to this lesson video, you hear the read aloud of this book. This is one book. This is just the front side of the book, and then you flip it over and I'm going to read the back part, which is about the moon. After reading, when the author wrote about the sun, what the sun sees, was she writing about daytime or nighttime? And we are not in our classroom, so we won't be able to do a turn and talk, but this is something we're going to talk about in our small group today. And then after reading, when the author wrote about what the moon sees, was she writing about daytime or nighttime? So you're going to listen to the read aloud, and then while I'm on here, I'm going to show you what the sheet looks like that will be posted in our Google Classroom. It's called My Family and Me During Day and Night. And remember, you can either print it out or you can have someone, or you can write it out on your own paper. And then when you're done writing it, and make sure you're writing it all on your own. If you need to help somebody help you write the words by writing them down and you copying them over, you can do that. But make sure this is your own work and your own words and your own ideas. Write your name. If you want to write the date, you can. And then it says during the day, and it gives you a little sun so that you know that it's during the day. And then draw a picture of what you do during the day. And then over here it says my family. What do you do with your family during the day? Draw a picture up here. And then on these lines below, you will write a description. Remember, using adjectives, which are describing words of what you're doing. You can just write one sentence, it's perfectly fine. Write a sentence of what you're doing during the day by yourself, and then what is it something you do during the day with your family. And then if you keep going, page 2 is during the night, so it shows the moon. What is something you do during the night? What is something you do with your family at night? And especially now when it's winter, it gets darker a lot earlier, doesn't it? What do you do by yourself during the night? And what do you do? Maybe there's something you do before you get ready for bed. Or if you want to draw yourself sleeping, this is what I do during the night. But make sure below you write a sentence to go with it. And like I said last week in some of my lessons, make sure you're drawing pictures. It helps you think about your ideas. It helps you get your eyes down on or your ideas down on paper so that I can see what you're thinking and help you with it. All right, friends. Now what you need to do is go listen to the read aloud of what the sun sees and what the moon sees. And I will see you shortly for our small group. All right. I'm so excited for the week. Bye, my friends.